So preseason is finally kicked off, and just as we expected, it was a game of two completely different squads. If you're new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Now, the first thing I have to say is that I really don't enjoy preseason friendlies. They're difficult to judge because the intensity is never close to what we'll see once the Premier League starts. There's nothing really at stake. Most players are focused on building fitness and avoiding injuries rather than going full throttle. That said, there were still a few interesting things we could take away from the game. The opening 45 minutes were exactly what you'd expect from a first preseason match. The tempo was slow, the passing wasn't particularly sharp, and the pressing lacked the aggression we're used to seeing. Everything looked a step slower than normal. One thing I did notice, though, is that Michael Carrick seems to be sticking with the tactical ideas that worked so well last season. The overall shape and build-up patterns look familiar, even if the execution wasn't quite there yet. Of course, one of the biggest talking points was the unofficial debut of Santos. He wasn't spectacular, but there were definitely encouraging signs. We saw a few really nice line-breaking passes, and you can already tell that he likes playing forward instead of taking the safe option. Considering it's his very first preseason appearance, I don't think anyone should expect fireworks. As the players build fitness and the chemistry improves over the next few weeks, I think we'll start seeing the best version of Santos. Another player that really caught my attention was Mason Mount. He looks refreshed. He looks energized. Most importantly, he looks like he's enjoying his football again. We've all seen how unlucky he's been with injuries since arriving at United. But it's a big if, he can stay fit for the majority of next season. I genuinely think he could become a very influential player in this team. His movement looked good, his energy was there, and he seemed eager to get involved. Then there's Joshua Zirkzee. I still don't think he's suited to playing as the main striker on his own. For me, Zirkzee is much more effective when he has somebody playing ahead of him. His biggest strengths are dropping deep, linking play together, combining with teammates, and creating space for others. As a lone number 9, I think you're taking away what makes him special. Another moment that stood out was a goal we conceded. It was a strange one, but honestly, in preseason, these things happen. Defensive mistakes, lapses in concentration, and players still getting used to each other are all part of the process. One thing that did surprise me was seeing Lenny Yoro playing at right back. Hopefully, that was simply because of the lack of available players, and not something Carrick is seriously considering going forward. Personally, I'd much rather see him playing in his natural center-back position. Before halftime, I also have to mention Haven. Out of everyone in that first half team, I thought he was probably the standout performer. He looked composed, confident on the ball, and defended really well. He definitely made a strong case for himself. At halftime, Carrick changed the entire team. Wrexham also made several substitutions, but United's second half side was made up mostly of academy players and youngsters who spent last season out on loan. And honestly, the intensity immediately changed. You could tell these players had something to prove. Every single one of them was trying to impress the manager ahead of the new season, and it showed in the way they pressed, the way they moved the ball, and the energy they brought to the game. United controlled most of the second half. They kept pushing forward and threatened Wrexham's goal on several occasions. One player who continues to impress me is Harry Amass. If United don't sign another left-back before the transfer window closes, I honestly think Amass has a genuine chance of getting meaningful first-team minutes this season. Every time he plays, he seems more confident. Then there's Toby Collier. His future still feels uncertain. The club has to decide whether they'll keep him around the first team, send him out on loan again, or cash in with a permanent transfer. Hopefully, preseason helps make that decision a little clearer. Despite United controlling much of the second half, credit also has to go to Wrexham. They came here, competed well, stayed organized, and put together a really respectable performance. As they continue preparing for their own season, they'll leave this game with plenty of positives. One thing I was slightly disappointed about was not getting to see J.J. Gabriel. A lot of fans were hoping he'd get a few minutes, but it's only the first preseason match. There's still plenty of games left, and hopefully we'll see him before preseason comes to an end. Overall, this was exactly the kind of performance you'd expect from the first game of preseason. The players are still building fitness. The sharpness isn't there yet. The passing needs improvement. The positioning will get better. And the intensity will naturally increase over coming weeks. So I wouldn't read too much into either the positives or the negatives just yet. One final thing. That Brian Bimo pass. Yeah, that was painful to watch. Hopefully that's one of those moments we'll laugh about once the season gets underway. But that's all from me. If you watched the game, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who impressed you the most? Were there any players that disappointed you? And what do you want to see in the next preseason game? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.